Multiplying fractions times whole numbers today. First thing I want you to do, and it says to solve using a tape diagram. So draw your tape diagram and check to see if you have a total. Do we have a total?
Yes.
18. What's the denominator? So that's my number of groups. Okay, do you remember back, and I think it was on lesson 4, where we counted our units and we had 3 equal signs? Okay, so go ahead and write down your 3 equal signs. And I'm going to start with my total number of units. So 3 units equals 18. And I'm going to be very specific, okay? What are we trying to figure out here? One unit, okay? So 1 unit I get from the numerator 1. And that's my question, okay? 1 unit equals 18 divided by 3. And I think on lesson 4, we wrote it like this, 18 divided by 3. Remember that?
Yeah.
But I think the reason we're doing the division sign like this is so we can have more room. Okay? And so my answer is 1 unit equals 6. Now I still need the 3 equal signs except for last time. Do you remember what we wrote here? What did we write instead? Question mark instead. Okay? The reason we're not doing a question mark is because when we get down to C and D and all the, some of the rest of them, we don't have 1 for a numerator anymore. We've got 3, so we're going to need that extra space.
On the Tower of Power, because I was doing this lesson, what I did was I just looked at like 1/3, then I did like 3 times 6.
You're right. When I was a kid, they taught us like this: 1/3 times 18. We just did 18 divided by 3.
Yeah.
And we wrote 6. But it gets a little more confusing, so that's why we're going through the steps to start with. Remember, I'm teaching you a strategy. I know you can do a lot of these in your head. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. It's quite simple also. Do we have a total?
Yes.
What is it?
36.
What's the denominator? Okay, what are we trying to figure out?
Well, 1/3.
1 unit. Okay. So how many total units do I have? 3 units equals 36. So it's going to be 4 points for every single problem because you've got your drawing plus your 3 equal signs. 1 unit equals 36 divided by what? And all you have to do, boys and girls, look up here. Take this number and divide it by that number. If you write it correctly, that's what you do. And then before, we used a question mark there, but starting today, we're going to write 1 unit equals, what's the answer?
12.
12. So 1 unit equals 12. Oh, and here's what I want you to do. It's very important to write the answer in the box, and you'll see why when we get down to the bottom of the page. Okay? All right, now how is this problem different from the ones we just did?
We're actually multiplying.
Well, you are actually multiplying. You're taking the 3 here and multiplying it times 3. So when we get our answer for 1 unit, then we'll multiply it times 3. Okay? So do I have a total? 24. What's the denominator? So that's my number of boxes. What am I trying to figure out this time?
What 3 units?
What 3 units equals. But we still have to figure out 1. So what's my total number of units? 4 units equals 24. 1 unit equals 24 divided by 4, which is what? 6. So go ahead and write the 6 in each box that we need to know. This is a little way for you to check yourself. So 3 units, now this is different because our numerator is 3.
Is
3 units equals 6 times 3, which is 18. Okay? So that's pretty much what we're doing today, except for some of the problems, we don't know the total, but we know the number of units they're asking for. So we'll get down to that in a minute. Okay, yes? What's the total on this one? 24. What's the denominator? 8. What are we trying to figure out? What 3 units equal? But we still need to know 1 unit, so we can multiply it by 3. Okay, so how many total units do I have? 8 units equals 24. 1 unit equals 24 divided by 8, and that is what?
3
And how many units is it asking?
times 3.
3 units. So 3 units times 3 equals?
9.
Let's see if that looks right when I write it in there. Yep, we did it right. Okay, block 1, I didn't tell them to make sure they wrote the number in there, and we really had a lot of mistakes. So I think it makes a big difference to put the number in the tape diagram when you finish, okay? Now, by the way, this isn't as hard as it gets. This is just the strategy. If I get down here to E, no, I think G and H, those are harder. So take a look at E. What's your total? What's your denominator? What are we trying to figure out? 4 units. Okay, total number of units. 5 units. It always matches your box. Abrielle, we figured that out last time when we were doing lesson 4. The number of boxes equals the total units. So it equals 25. 1 unit equals 25 divided by 5, which is what? 5. And 4 units equals 5 times 4. Now, does that make sense? Would this equal 20 on my tape diagram? So we did it right. Okay, give me a fist of 5 on how to do those right there. Pretty simple. We could do it without the tape diagram, but we're starting out this way. Eventually, it'll just be all numbers. Okay, so what's my total on this one? And denominator? It took me like 4 times to get 7 boxes in there for block 1. It was a Monday morning. And how many are we trying to figure out? Just 1. Okay, so total units. 7 total units equals 140. 1 unit.
140 divided by 7.
And how are you going to do that problem?
Multiply 7 or just
Take off the 0.
so it's 20.
14 divided by 7 is 2.
27.
Add your 0. Good. So 1 unit, we're just going to write the same thing again, equals 20. Now, how could I check this? 20, 40, 60, 80,
You can multiply
100, 20, 40.
7 by 20.
You could. Okay, let's take a look at, these two are a little more challenging, which I think you'll like. Right away I notice it's not going to divide evenly. 9's not going to divide evenly by 4. So I'm going to have a mixed number as my answer. What's my denominator?
4.
Okay, so that's what I start with. Trying to figure out 1 unit here. So 4 units equals 9. 1 unit equals 9 divided by 4. Now, here's what Dwayne said. You know Dwayne?
Dwayne.
Yeah. He's my friend, but he doesn't know me.
Contact.
No, it's okay. I don't need any more friends. 9 on top of the diagram goes in the doghouse. Don't forget. Abrielle, that's a little hint on lesson 4. Whatever's on top of the tape diagram goes in the doghouse. Okay? So he said, go ahead and just work it out. That's the best way to do it, he said. And I agree with him.
So he's your friend, but you don't know.
He doesn't know me.
Secret friend.
Okay. All right, so now I really respect him as a math teacher. That's why I watch the videos. So here we have an answer. 1 unit equals what? 2 1/4. And if I added that all up, would I get 9? 2, 4, 6, 8 plus 4 fourths. Okay? All right, take a look at this one. It's a little bit different because my numerator is a 2. So I've got a total of 12. And I'm dividing by 5. How do you say that in Spanish?
Cinco.
Okay. And I need to figure out how many units this time. How many? 2. My numerator's 2. What did I start with? 5 boxes or units. 5 units equals 12. So 1 unit equals 12 divided by 5.
Oh, wait,
Just a minute. Just a minute. Standard algorithm. The number on top goes in the doghouse. Okay? And I've got, what'd you get, Abrielle? Very good. 2 2/5. So now, how am I going to figure out 2 units? Because that's what I've got to do.
Times 2.
I could do times 2, but when I have just 2 things I have to multiply, I'd rather add. Yep, I agree with you, Modesto. So add 2 2/5 plus 2 2/5, and that's pretty easy to add. What do you get?
It's 1
Very good.
Miss Lewis.
Okay. Yes, let me pause it for a minute.